Hey everybody, it's JT. It's been a while. Um, First of all, Taylor and I have moved into a new house, so you see new surroundings, not on the front porch anymore, and I am still working out the echo and the lighting in this room, so bear with me. Bear with me, but it was time to get back to work with some of these reviews. Today, I'm going to talk about the Tornado box mod from Vape Zone USA. Nice little tin. Unregulated wood box style device. So I have got a little close up type portion, and I will put it in the video wherever it makes sense, showing some up close. Now, I am not, and the best way to say this, I like wooden unregulated box mods. I really do, but I am not a expert in that field. I like them, but I wouldn't call myself a wood box enthusiast. So if you are and you have some information to add, feel free to comment on this video, help out, right? I've owned a few box mods, wooden box mods, sort of this style. I've enjoyed them. This one is kind of a cut above though. And I'll get into details on why, but I own a Trojan Horse dual 18350, a DPM dual 18650, both unregulated, and the Tornado box dual 18650, unregulated, full mechanical switch. So there's no wires in there. Little quick clips of the inside. Very professional, and honestly, very well made. So Vape Zone USA also makes the Tornado atomizer, which I happen to be using on my Tornado box. Did a review of this a little while back. Feel free to check that out. Obviously works fine with any atomizer. We'll kind of start at the top. So you've got brass, I guess, fittings, switch. Inside, I don't have a screwdriver, but inside, the contact is adjustable. So if you've got atomizers with longer posts, shorter posts, you can get in there with a little flat head and adjust it. Nice feature. A lot of mods, box mods, have a spring-loaded 510 in there. I would rather have one that I can physically adjust, but you have to have a screwdriver on you if you're switching addies throughout the day. That could be a drawback, but it's one less thing to go wrong. You know, I think a spring would go bad quicker than a screw. So the Tornado image engraved on there, I know it's not super clear, but it's nice. It's deep enough where it looks good, but it doesn't disrupt. It doesn't feel weird in your hand like some engraving might. It's got the finger grooves there on the side. Pretty comfortable. You know, doesn't exactly fit my fingers when I hold it, but I like it. This is the V2, or the Tornado Box Mod 2, and it's got kind of the side fire. As you can see, it's on a little angle, but it's still considered side fire, and I think the version 1 was a top fire. That seems to be pretty popular with box mods like this. Kamagong wood. It's called ironwood, very strong wood, not from America though, really doesn't grow here. And so what I've been taught by my friends that are really into wooden box mods is that it's used to a certain humidity, okay? And we don't really have that here in the States. Even in Florida, I'm in Florida, it's pretty humid down here, but it doesn't compare to, I guess, in the Philippines or wherever south of here. The Kamagong tree grows. So you have to condition these things to prevent cracks and separation and warping of the door panel. Very nice thing about Vape Zone USA is inside of this tin with this device, they actually sent a little bottle of wood conditioning oil. I don't know what it is. A lot of people have different advice on what to oil your wood with, right? Right? Oil your wood how you want to oil your wood. Right off the bat, when I opened this thing up, well, here, the door panel, really, I don't know, man. I really like to see this type of thing. It's an information label. And to some, it's such a small thing, but to me, it's really huge. I think that's a nice touch. I've never gotten another wooden box mod that had a label like this. And I don't think I necessarily needed a warning label, but it's nice to see. It just adds a layer of professionalism, I think. I'm talking about a sticker, and many of you think it's dumb, but it means a lot to me. I think it's pretty cool. So inside the box, and this is where this box really takes off and leaves the others that I own in the dust. These contacts are really something special. They are very beefy, copper, very well made. Everything inside of this box is going to stay put and was very well thought out. So this is part of the close-up I will show you, but these bottom contacts here, it's kind of a brass housing, and you can see that from the bottom, and a copper contact, but it's spring loaded, and it's a very, very sturdy spring. Very sturdy spring. Of course, that spring may fail one day, but you really don't get that feeling just from using it. Feels very good. And again, the top contacts, very beefy and copper as well. It is all grounded, I guess is the word to say, by a copper plate. And you can see that. All right. The other box mods I own, and I'm not going to show them because, well, in this, I might show them in the up close, but it's not to pick apart the other boxes. You know, I'm not into bashing other stuff unnecessarily. But when you look at some of the other wooden boxes, you will see how this is really a step above. A lot of them are made just with copper wire, twisted up to make a makeshift spring. That's the contacts. Tornado box really did the insides well. Obviously, I can't see inside of here, but they say it's full mechanical switch. Very responsive, feels good to me. I have to take their word for the inside. This portion, I just want to show you what I mean by just a huge improvement in contacts. Okay, on the left, you have got what I would consider to be the norm for unregulated wood boxes of this style, to my knowledge. You see how it's just coiled up copper wire as your contacts down there, and copper studs as your top contacts. Again, normal. It functions very well. From time to time, I will have to pry these up and give them a little more spring. Now, with the Tornado box, I was just really, really blown away because I was used to the previous style. Now you have got really beefy contacts, and they are spring loaded, and it's tough springs. Holds your batteries in there very well and keeps constant contact. Never have I had a single issue. There's nothing to respring here. I'm sure at some point they'll go bad, but really, really, really awesome contacts in this Tornado box, and I wanted to kind of do an up-close visual of why I like them so much. So I'm going to go get some batteries that are on the charger to pop in this thing, and we'll move on with this review. Batteries installed, no wiggle room, nice. Everything fits in there very well, nice and tight. No rattles, no shakes. Now, my door has got a little rock to it, right? But, like I mentioned, conditioning your mod, your Kamagong wood, or possibly other woods out there. That's my fault. When I received it, everything was perfect, no gaps, no warps or anything. Now, I have probably not oiled it and conditioned it as much as I should. There are ways to fix warping like this. I would imagine you'll get it in great condition, but they require a little bit of maintenance. So keep that in mind. Maybe before you buy it, if you're not willing to do stuff like that, maybe this type of mod's not for you. I don't mind, but I forget sometimes. It's unregulated. Not a lot more to say as far as that goes. Really, with an unregulated wood box mod like this, it's really how it's built. You know, is it safe? Is it sturdy? It's a good price. I think it's like 145 bucks. Double check me on that, and I'll check as well. But it's a really nice wood box. I think it's user friendly. If a newer vapor had some of the other wooden boxes I had and was vaping, and some of the insides made out of copper wire, you know, they get loose or anything, it could cause some problems. You know, you could short some batteries. That's really not a fear I have with this device because of how well the contacts are and the way it's built. It vapes very well, you know, and it's unregulated, so it's all depending on the build you put on it, you know, in your atomizer. But I've enjoyed it thoroughly. At the price point, I think it's a good deal. Make sure you are okay with, you know, maintaining your wood before you get it. There are lots of Facebook groups to help with wood stuff. I've had a couple guys really teach me a lot. James and Josh, couple guys that really helped me understand what wood box mods are all about. But as you're looking, you will find some serious enthusiasts. Some of the guys that collect these wood box mods like this, that's their life. And I get it. That's their hobby. That's their thing. But they've got a lot of information to give you. So feel free to search them out if I didn't cover some stuff or if you have questions. But hey, what do I know? I'm just JT. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, everybody. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. So I've got a couple contests coming. Lots more reviews. And I'll try to get some lighting and audio stuff figured out here, so the future reviews will be a little bit better when I can. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.